Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Finish the Story. I am your host, Keegan Ray. I am joined here by my co-host, producer, and best friend, Mr. Trent Ludzak. How you doing, bro?
Oh, I'm doing, buddy.
Dude, I am so fucking tired.
Yeah, I bet you are.
I was at work. I started my job back. I had my first day back.
Yeah.
I was just standing there, and this girl was like, "Are you sleeping?" And I looked over. I was like, "I don't know. Am I?"
Maybe.
How long have I been standing there with my eyes closed? That's just a bad thing to hear at work. Are you sleeping? And you're like, I don't know.
I mean, last week it felt like you weren't that affected, honestly.
Well,
last week I think you were doing pretty good still.
I think, this week we're trying to do trial runs for getting ready for when my mother-in-law leaves. So it's like we're trying to get our schedule of like, can we do this when she's not here?
The help is about to disappear.
Yeah, use her as just like phone a friend. You know, like if it gets rough.
Yeah. If like a week comes up where you're like, we need it so bad.
Please, God, please help me. Please. Dude, I'm living in a multi-generational household right now. My father-in-law's in. I got my mother-in-law.
Nice.
Dude, we got 2 cats, 2 babies.
Whoa.
I get why Indian people are rude at restaurants. They're leaving a hectic situation, dude.
You know what?
They're like, you know what I don't want in my fucking drink? Ice. I asked one simple fucking... Yeah.
Damn, so do you regret quitting Borvino's then? Because that guy was there with the family.
Yeah, I know. No, I get it. He had like
that
12
guy didn't
people
even
at
get
the
to
table.
go out to get away from them. He had to go out and bring them and then
everywhere
cover
he
them.
goes. Yeah, that's why he sent the kids to their own table. He's like, get them the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. Give them a laptop. I don't care the repercussions. Put an iPad in their face.
What a nightmare day.
Yeah. No, it's been cool though. My father-in-law is cool. I didn't realize my father-in-law went to Grateful Dead shows.
Really?
Yeah, I have a hat that I just got that has like the bears on it, and he's like, "You like the Dead?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yeah, I saw them." And I was like, "What year?" He's like, "A lot." He's like 78, 79, 80. I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, when I was younger."
Last year.
Right? He's like, "I just saw him at the Sphere."
Yeah.
I was like, "That rules." But he went to the Dead shows, and he saw the good Dead, like back in the 70s.
I mean,
before Jerry was just on heroin.
None of it's good to me.
It got rough there at the end. It looked like sad. Sometimes it's sad. Like if you go see a band that just should hang it up, you know, like going to see like Aerosmith or something, it's just sad. I saw Willie Nelson when it was sad. He like knocked his microphone stand over.
And
like,
somebody had to come out and help him.
Like, this is just a stoned old man that needs to just go sit back in his bus. That was the show.
His family's still sending him out on tour to make money.
Jesus. Well, I think they said Willie would come back from tour and still sleep in the bus, like in the driveway, because he was so used to being on the road.
Whoa.
That it was like uncomfortable. People get really like used to the bus because they say it rocks you to sleep while you're driving on the highway.
That's wild.
The only thing that creeps me out about that is they say when you sleep in those bunks, you have to sleep with your feet facing the driver.
Yes.
That, I don't know. Yeah. I get why they're telling you that, but like, I just couldn't.
Here's the thing. I want to go the other way. I'm trying to go for a quick exit, you know? You know, like that guy just like, not even get in a fender bender. Like he just has to hit the brakes hard once and you just crumple.
Yeah. Apparently, George Jones, old country music star, like in his bus, he put a bunch of furniture and shit all over the bus and didn't nail any of it down. And they ran off the side of a road. And they talked about everybody on the bus just goes slamming forward and they're just getting pelted with like fucking furniture.
Yeah. And I bet it was heavy furniture. Like it was like they had to hire a crew, a moving crew to move, like build out, like do the furniture in the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to screw stuff down, man.
Yeah, dude. I was like, that is a drunk oversight. Like, that's an interesting story, dude. George Jones is crazy. We'll do a Freaky Friday on that motherfucker because he was hilarious. He started doing cocaine and, like, got a alternate personality that was Donald Duck.
What?
Yeah, Diddle-Do the Duck. George Jones was...
So Disney was not happy with this guy. No. The mouse was coming after him.
The mouse was in the house. Dude, I'm excited to take the girls to Disney.
Really?
Yeah, because I think by the time
you got to
we
wait
go,
long enough.
Yeah, that's what I mean. By the time we go, they'll have all the new shit. Because they're going to have the villain park. That sounds cool.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds cool. I mean, they just keep pumping money into it.
Yep. I mean, Or the whole economy crashes
Yeah,
before that.
or then it's just Mad Max in there. Furiosa.
Tickets are 3 fingers. They don't have to be your fingers, but they got to be human fingers.
Doesn't have to be yours.
If you can find a guy, there's guys outside selling digits,
Yeah.
the scalpers.
Literal scalpers. Dude, that's crazy. I was reading a whole thing about Ticketmaster. Have you read about this? About how they have just like monopolized ticket sales and like,
Yeah, they're the ultimate scalpers.
how is that allowed?
I just kind of, I feel like I didn't have to read something. I just kind of figured that
Yeah,
out.
I was reading the whole thing and going, yeah, I mean, the fact that you can move into a place and you can only pick one internet, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, no, this is an Xfinity neighborhood. You're like, what?
It's called a cartel.
Yeah, like, what the fuck are we talking about,
Yeah.
dude?
Yeah, the U.S. we have cartel for the fentanyl. We got we got a cartel for the internet.
I think I go with your theory. Ever since you brought up that it's the Opium War payback,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I was like, that
it's
makes,
the opium war. Of course it is.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because when you look at that live footage of K&A in Philadelphia, you're like, dude, they're winning. They're whipping our ass. We got some fucking
It's the opium.
gremlins running around.
It's the opium war too.
Yeah, and they're winning.
I mean, it's heroin. It's pretty hard to lose.
I mean, I can't believe we got out of the crack epidemic,
Yeah.
you know? And that was facilitated by the government.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
dude,
that was.
let me hit you with this. So I
mean, people still do crack, Keegan.
I know, but not like, I mean.
It's not an epidemic
Yeah.
anymore. It's just a normal part of society.
yeah, it's calmed down. We're just like, oh, that's our crackhead. He
Yeah.
washes our windows. That's the neighborhood crackhead, dude.
Does the grass.
Yeah, where else are you gonna sell a VCR? Like this dude. So I'm sitting there. I have to stay up all night with the girls, right? So it's like 6:30 in the morning. My father-in-law wakes up. He sits down. We're like silently smoking a bowl, and he's just sitting there. He's like looking at his phone. We don't say anything, and then he looks at me. He goes, "So what's the deal with Antarctica?"
Wait, so does he go deep on it? He knows.
Dude, he starts. I mean, every country has signed a world treaty, and I'm just sitting there. I was so tired that I was like, I can't get into this
Because I'll believe everything.
I'm like, we will never stop. But I wanted to hit him like, Admiral Byrd, little Hollow Earth. Is that what we're King Kong?
I hope so. Either that or like, is he a Christian dude?
I haven't really gotten into that with him. He just seems like a fucking hardworking kind of like stoner dude. Like
Something that's really hit home for me recently is how much of the flat Earth movement is Christians.
what? I've never heard this.
Because the Bible mentions the firmament,
Yeah, the firmament.
early on, and that really like hooks a lot of people. So a lot of flat earthers think that like the world is literally just built as this weird like little thing that God made and was like, we're doing experiments, I guess. I don't know what they think.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that is as believable as Anunnaki. That is as believable as, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think
That is as believable as Christianity itself.
as believable
Yeah.
as
It's stuff that you can't disprove or prove.
That's faith. Faith is the big. It's the same thing with our currency in this country. We're running on faith, baby.
Yeah,
The
it's all-
country runs on dunking and faith.
That's all you need.
That's it. That always weirded me out as a kid. When I would go to church, and you start asking questions. They're like, shh, shh, shh.
Yeah. Don't say that.
Yeah. Stop. We don't ask that.
Yeah, I don't know. I got into questions later. I was real like hook, line, and sinker as a kid.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I would say I was until probably when I started smoking pot. That's when I started being like, wait a minute. And there was like a big, our youth pastor when I was a kid, his wife had like a nasty affair in the church. And I remember that was like a real kind of like pulling the veil of being like, what?
Yeah, our church had a pastor fired over misappropriating funds on a new church that they built.
A story as old as the Bible, dude.
So I'm like, I don't know. Like, really for me, it was in the Army and just be like seeing what it was like not just being around in the church all the time. Because that's where like my friend group was. Like my parents had to be very integrated into churches.
Yeah.
So
It's like a weird little echo chamber.
like I was volunteering and stuff, and then I got in the Army and I started drinking and just hanging out with people and being like, I have been in a bubble this entire time. I got to see what it's like around here.
Dude, imagine.
And then I became an alcoholic for quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, imagine Rumspringer
Yeah.
for like an Amish person.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, you're just like, what?
I mean, I was aware of other stuff because of movies. Like, I was aware that there were, like, people out here getting hammered all the time. Like, I knew it was happening. But to go out and be like, oh, I can do that. Okay, let's try it. Let's see what that's about.
That's a big deal.
And then as you just, like, even kind of surface level look at stuff, you start to question being like, was I in a cult that whole time? Was that all cult stuff? And then you realize everything's a cult.
Yeah.
And
To a certain degree.
life is a nightmare. Always has been, always will be. Have as much fun as you can.
Yeah, my first thing that I found out was when I went to live music when I was like 16. And I remember sitting there at the Tabernacle and being like, just hearing Greg Allman for the first time. I was like, I heard Sweet Melissa. And I just remember being like, oh, dude, I love this song. And then looking around and everybody's singing it. And I got that same feeling. And I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not God. That's just hanging out with people in a room and singing.
Yeah.
It
No,
rules.
that was actually a big one for me. Was the first time I was in a room where it's like I got that feeling that church was telling me was God.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you can get this from other stuff.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this feeling isn't just exclusive to the church.
I mean, a great comedy show. Like the kind that happens sometime. Like we're all trying to make it, but the show where everybody murders the whole way through.
Yeah.
And it's just like the whole room is locked in. You can get that from that too.
Absolutely. It's like music it's like somebody can just control an entire room. You just have that's what I always tell people. If you've never been to a music festival, people are like, I don't want to be in a crowd that big. I'm like, you should do it once in your life. You should go into a crowd that's like 90,000 people just to feel that many people and the energy of that many people. But yeah, the big disillusion for me too was I think the DARE program because they fucking scared the shit out of me.
Oh yeah.
And the first time that I got high, I was like, what? This rules. I remember looking at my buddy and going, why have we waited so long? Like, I just kept thinking we did it halfway through the summer, and I was like, what have we been doing we could have been getting high this whole time, dude. Like, we were bored yesterday. Like, we could have been stoned.
Yeah. I mean, DARE was just people who don't know anything about drugs telling kids that they're the worst thing out there.
Well, and then the first time you do mushrooms, you're like, well, I didn't feel like jumping out of a window. I was thinking how cool trees are. You know, like, what else are they lying about?
Or like, I don't know, man. It's like, for me, it's ignoring everything that's a drug that's common and being like caffeine, nicotine, alcohol. Like, those aren't drugs. Those are just a part of a good, clean society.
Yeah. That is crazy. You know what's crazy is how much people smoke vapes. Like, since I've started working back in the service industry, young people got they didn't even smoke cigarettes.
Crushed.
They got crushed. They're just walking around puffing a little robot dick all day, dude.
All day.
It's insane.
I mean, I found that out when I went to college, especially at App State in North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's when I found out about ghosting.
What
You
is
know
that?
about ghosting? It's when you hit your jewel, but then you hold it for so long that no vapor comes
Oh
out.
my god, dude! That's like instant popcorn.
That's
launch.
how kids. That's how kids.
like
that's how kids would get away with doing it in class.
Oh my god, dude! Trust me, as
Crazy.
somebody who's tried to do that in the movie theaters with a weed pen, it never fucking works.
I mean, you got to hold it for so long. I did it a couple times, but it's like, it makes it an unpleasant experience.
I did it when I went with Christina during Dune 2. I tried to hit my pen, and I like leaned down, and I blew it into my shirt, and she goes, "Nope, nope." There's just a giant cloud, and all I hear is her going, "Nope, nope." And she like turned her back to me. Like,
I'm not with you.
going to jail, brother. It's like that time I had I had this little like aisle light, which was like a handheld butane powered vaporizer. And the first time I had it, I was like, "Oh, this thing is so sneaky."
It's not sneaky.
Not at all. My buddy walked in the back of the restaurant and was like, "What the fuck?" It's back there holding it like, "You can smell that?" Like, yes. It smells like you are burning a bag of weed.
Yeah. My, what is it? My buddy who's a chef.
Mm-hmm.
I remember he was telling me, like, at the beginning of the pandemic, he was working at this, basically a high-end restaurant for a development on a mountain for, like, ultra-wealthy people's whatever house. Yeah. So during the pandemic, a lot of people were like, might as well go to the mountains if we're staying in the house.
Yeah.
And he worked at this, high-end restaurant, and it was all pickup. So nobody was walking in the door ever. It was they're bringing the food to the car, you call it in.
Perfect situation,
Dude, he said he was bringing his bongs to work, like, every day, and they would just have a bong in the kitchen, and anybody would just pick it up and smoke. Mm-hmm. Just blow it into the hood.
Mm-hmm. I was about to say the hood will get anything, bro. The hood is better. That's where people fuck up, and you see newer people do it all the time where you're like, the walk-in, I don't know where that started, where people are like, you can just hit your one-hitter in the walk-in. No, you can't. It doesn't go anywhere. Now you're just trapped in a stinky fucking walk-in. Mm-hmm. It's like, go blow it into the hood. Yeah, getting high and cooking, man. That's peanut butter and jelly.
Not a big cooking man.
I would rather work with a bunch of guys on a kitchen line that are smoking weed than drinking. Because once people start drinking, that's when shit starts fucking up. That's when people start burning people.
Well, did I tell you I dated a pastry chef for a short time?
No.
And that lady was a bit of a drinker.
I can imagine.
Like, I picked her up from work several times, just hammered.
Yeah. I mean, all she's doing is baking little beignets and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great job to get drunk.
I mean, that was during the time I was living at the brewery also.
Yeah.
So for me, I was also leaving work shithoused. But I just had to go upstairs,
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even have to leave the building.
That's nice. That's a perfect setup for the brewery.
It seems like it. Until, like, TV and internet start getting cut off because they're not paying it.
Ugh.
And then you're, like, watching basic cable luchador wrestling while zesting 400 key limes.
Dude, I got to say, I quit bar prepping because I've taken time off work. I don't miss that. I do not miss juicing and cutting limes and shit.
Bro, we got into Magic the Gathering pretty heavy.
No, you didn't.
Started playing. I mean, you're in a brewery. All you have to do is drink, basic cable. We had a PlayStation 2 with a few games and a bunch of DVDs, Magic cards, and there was a pinball machine upstairs next to my room. So we had, like, some real long, like, pinball sessions some nights because there's nothing else to do. It's like you get off work, you're at the place you work at, there's an unlimited supply of beer.
I would gain 400 pounds. Like, I would get so heavy. Beer packs the weight on you.
Here's the key to being just this fat and drink a lot of beer. You don't have to fully calorie count, but if you're like, I'm drinking a lot of beer, skip a meal. That's all you can do.
Great health advice here on Fitness History. Just skip a meal.
I mean, take vitamins.
Yeah.
If you're doing shit like that, you got to take vitamins.
Yeah, you're going to get drunker faster. Anytime I've ever been just like the sloppiest drunk is when I don't eat.
But then you get to eat and rally. That's a nice time.
Yeah.
It's actually my favorite way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Get something awesome, like some disco fries or something.
Some pizza. That's always a good one.
Pizza is good when you're drunk.
Yep. A burger. Honestly, a burger might be the best, though.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to make a burger today.
Dude, I went to this pizza place by me, and I walked in, and I was, like, ordering a pizza, and all the dudes in the back were, like, 20 years old and high as shit. I was like, oh, this pizza's about to be great. This is about to be a good pizza. You can always tell. I don't want, like, I need a stoner kitchen at a pizza place.
I don't know, man. I did. When I worked at this place, I told you about Fat Lorenzo's.
Yes, which is the greatest fucking pizza name.
I mean, tiny, tiny kitchen. But they would have, on the busy nights, it'd be like 5 Mexican dudes running an assembly line that was just crushing it.
Yeah. Mexican dudes rule in the kitchen, bro.
Yeah.
They make the world go round.
Yeah. They're all yelling and singing to each other in Spanish, and nobody knows what they're talking about.
Dude, it's probably fucking...
But it's fun.
Yeah. It's probably horrible what they're saying.
Probably. But that's why they're doing it in Spanish.
Dude, I went to an Italian place on the square, that little pizza place, the Sicilian pizza place.
Yeah, that
Ortega.
new place. Yeah.
So the 2 guys in the back, I guess they speak Italian, and they were saying something, and I happened to look over when they said something, and when I looked over, there was this really hot lady, and she was bent over, like grabbing something out of her bag, and when I looked back, they both were like, does he know what we're saying?
I hope not.
Yeah, they both were like, yikes. I was like, man, I wish I knew what that guy was saying, because the look on his face, it was something so bad.
Yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I hope he doesn't understand that.
I mean, that's about to disappear because of the whole... Once AR is like a thing you can do easily, like Ray-Bans has some now.
Which is crazy. I saw that video of Action Bronson doing that.
Like once those get affordable, it's like you can't do that ever again. You can't risk it.
No,
because
you can't assume somebody doesn't.
If somebody's wearing those, no matter how much they visibly don't speak your language, they might be able to pick it up.
How many fistfights are going to happen in kitchens around America when somebody comes in with those glasses and goes, hey, actually, I heard what the fuck you were saying.
Bro, nail salons are going to get lit up.
Dude, the Yelp reviews on nail salons. Somebody's going to get a big fucking foot right in the face.
I'm going to predict that that's going to be one of the next big things in YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Is going to be middle-aged women who are losing their relevance getting these super expensive Ray-Ban glasses before it's like a common thing, and then just destroying nail salons.
Dude.
Just crushing immigrant businesses.
Because I know they're fucking killing me. When I go in there and I give them my fucking hobbit foot, I know they're killing me.
You go in there?
I get my nails
I've
done,
still
yeah.
never been in one.
Dude, it
I
rules.
probably should because I have fucked up toenails.
I know.
That takes a lot of maintenance for me personally to do.
You got to tip them. That's the only caveat is you got to tip them.
I mean, mine aren't that nasty because I do take good care of them, but it's like a task.
Yeah.
Because I have my big toes like always want to go ingrown, so I just always have to head that off.
Yeah.
And my dad gave me a tip. I don't know if it's working. I kind of feel like it's not, and it makes you look weird. Cut like a V into the toenail, and then supposedly it'll grow in more.
No, that's too, because then you might get too close down.
What do you mean? Nah, it hasn't been an issue. It just, my toenails look weird as fuck now.
So
like my
no
big
flip-flops?
my big toenail looks like a snake tongue.
Yeah.
No, I don't like flip-flops anyway.
I don't either.
They fuck up my feet.
I think I'm over flip-flops. That shit grosses me out.
I don't know, man. The dad flip-flop. Actually, the dad sandal. You need to get the full sandal.
I think I might go Crocs. Dude.
I'll never respect you. I want you to know that. If you do,
Bro, it's the thing that happens
get
to you is
classic sandals.
Is the freedom of just not giving a fuck and looking at a hot 22-year-old girl and being like, I don't give a shit what you think. Doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, I have a fanny pack. That's where I put the binkies. Yeah, I'm wearing Crocs. Yeah, you just don't give a shit. Because, I mean, my boss at my new job is 22.
I mean,
I was just like, Jesus Christ.
Sure, that's all well and good. I, as your friend, will never respect you. As soon as you walk in here with Crocs, it's going to be a problem for me.
I'm going to walk in here with Crocs and get my own finish the story little whatever that thing is that they put in the what is that thing called?
Talk to Billy's boss. He'll 3D print you some shit.
I'll get that shit 3D. What is that called, though? It's like a little charm that people put on.
Dude,
it's white trash as shit.
Who cares? That's like asking about variations of Salt Life stickers.
I love the lake life. You're like, dude, that tells me everything I need to know about you.
You are from Minnesota.
Yeah, you are fucking, my name is Mud.
You are covering up a murder.
There's a certain kind of person that just loves the lake. Lake's not my scene.
I mean, that's where I grew. And the lake is fun for like an afternoon.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like Minnesota lakes are different. Like Lake Allatoona is different
Yeah.
than a lake out in Minnesota.
Well, there's a fuckload of them. Most of them are not that crowded. Some of them are, but most of them are not that crowded because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
They're all over the
There's
place.
10,000, right? I heard somewhere there's
I think
I
I think it's more than that. And
Jesus
fun
Christ.
fact, I can't remember.
What? Oh, how many lakes in Minnesota?
Yeah,
Land of 10,000 lakes. That's
11,842.
What the fuck? That's closer to. They should say land of 12,000 lakes.
So they probably named it that after.
Oh, man-mades.
Well, they probably hadn't discovered all of them, honestly. Because, like, I don't know exactly, but have you ever seen what the border of Wisconsin or Minnesota and Canada looks like?
No.
Have you ever heard of portaging?
No. What is that?
It's a sport made up, I'm pretty much sure, in this area. We're just going to do Google Maps to show you. So check this out. So northern Minnesota is basically all lakes. Lakes. And in some areas, these are like the small ones, but like over here or somewhere, where is it? There's an area where you can, oh yeah, down here. Look at this.
So you just take a boat?
So you take a boat, and what you do is you get in your boat and say like you do it over down here. Mm-hmm. You get in your boat here, and you go across, and then you get out of your boat. You carry it to where you can get back in the water, and then canoe, and then get it out and carry it to where you can get
like
back into the water.
Oregon Trail, dude.
So that's like a whole sport thing because there's so many lakes up there.
So it's like a race, like a gumball race?
it's more like camping. Like people bring out and they'll pack out everything and they'll do like a portage camp, like that kind of sportsmanship.
That's awesome.
But fun fact, check this out.
Have you ever done it?
Yeah, when I was a kid. Wisconsin has 15,000 lakes. So
Jesus
Minnesota
Christ.
has stolen valor.
That's awesome.
That's what I always like to point out.
I love that.
Fuck Minnesota. I hope they all die.
What?
I mean, that's rude. My sister lives there. I can't say that. Actually, both of my sisters live there now.
God damn, dude.
No,
I didn't realize it was.
I don't like Minnesota.
No?
It's a whole weird. There's a weird vibe there, man.
What is it?
They want to be the San Francisco of the Midwest.
Really?
Yeah.
Just shitting on the street? Just complete heroin epidemic?
Did you know that Minneapolis has the second largest population of Somalian people out of Somalia in the world?
No. Why the fuck would they go there?
Because when the U.S. started fucking around in Somalia and creating lots of refugees, a lot of those refugees were taken in by the city, Minneapolis. Which is rude as fuck, by the way. You're not even helping those people.
No, and
you started a war in one of the hottest countries in the world.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dude, you could not put them in an
and then you ship them
climate.
to the coldest
Holy
place.
Shit, dude.
It's rude as fuck.
Yeah, they like negative 40. They didn't even know that existed.
And that's the vibe of Minnesota. I would say would be like being a dick under the guise of being a good person. It's basically what they all are.
Yeah. Some real.
Yeah.
The only place I've been, I guess, to the Midwest was Ohio. And that was a fucking depressing place. Holy shit.
Ohio's a weird one.
God, I went to Akron, too.
I was in Toledo.
Jesus. It's a depressing place.
I did comedy in Toledo.
God, it's depressing. I mean, I know it was like a gray, rainy couple of days, but I was like, I feel like crying. Like, it's just Ohio.
No, that was that train chemical crash.
No, yeah. Which nobody talks about anymore. No, and that happened.
Those chemicals don't go away that quick.
No. Nobody. We have such a short attention span in this country. Like, nobody even talks about Donald Trump, the attempted assassination. It's like, that seems like that was years ago.
Yep.
And that wasn't even that long ago.
Yep. Did I ever tell you the first time I went to Ohio, it was for work. And I like went out on the company's dollar and went out with one of my coworkers who's this black dude. Atlanta and New Jersey are the two places he's lived. We get out to Ohio. We're sitting outside of the hotel smoking cigarettes in like the little bench thing. And there's these two kids with fishing line tied to a stick, fishing rods, trying to fish out of the highway's drainage thing because I don't know, because that
a little Ohio
like
Huckleberry Finn,
like no shoes,
a little Ohio Huckleberry Finn, dude.
Like the place you're least likely to find fish with definitely poles that would never work.
Yeah, we're fishing for heroin.
But my buddy looks at me and he's like, I didn't know that white people got that poor. He's like, I didn't know that there were poor whites like that. He's like, I've never seen that in my life. I'm like, oh yeah, we're in the Midwest, buddy. This is where they live.
They say white people don't have culture.
Yeah.
Bullshit, dude.
I mean, we are still riding the Huckleberry Finn vibe, so
Davy Crockett.
It hasn't developed in a while. But yeah.
That's hilarious.
I
didn't know white
never
people could get that poor.
Yeah. Yeah, he had no idea.
I don't think people, I'll try to phrase this in a sensitive manner. I don't think that redneck people, like white trash people, and urban black people don't realize how much they have in common. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it's so crazy.
I mean, the best thing Tom Hanks has done in the last 10 years was a SNL sketch about that. Did you see that one?
I think better than that, he gave us Chet Hanks. That video, if I feel real down, I watch that video of him doing his Jamaican accent.
It makes me want to die. I cringe so hard. Like, it's so cringe, it hurts me.
Anytime I go, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I put on that video and I go, it's not that bad. Big ups, boy. I think that's just how I'm going to talk to my girls. Every time I feed them, boom, boom, clap.
You want to get them used to it? You should not do that. That will ruin those children.
I sing to them a lot, and I wonder, because I sing anyway.
You still hand panning?
Yeah, they like it.
Still sound bathing them?
Yeah, doing a little sound bath. I know. I thought about you go in the doctor's office, you're like, have you sponge bathed them? Nah, just sound.
Just sound baths. That's
just
good enough.
Sound and sage. I haven't been burning incense. I didn't know if you could do that. I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
This girl at work is 22, and I was like, yeah, I've been staying up all night. She's like, why? I was like, well, they're babies. They're newborns. Yeah. She goes, well, they don't sleep? And I went,
no.
Well, yeah, you have to feed them every 2 hours. She's like, what? I was like, yeah, I'm basically just edging sleep all night. Like, just never getting...
Dude.
Just edging it. Just a masochist.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point...
I feel like you got to master the 20-minute nap and do like...
I was about to say...
schedule 8 of those a day.
45 minutes feels better than 2 hours. Like, when you wake up after 2 hours to feed, your brain doesn't wake up. Like, if you take a quick 45-minute nap, it's like you're in and you're out, you feel better. But I just would rather stay up. Like, at a certain point, I'm like,
so you know what I've actually found? Hour and a half is a sweet spot. Because there's, like, sweet spots where it's, like, depending where you are on the sleep cycle. Yeah. But I think hour and a half is when you usually are coming out of a REM cycle. So breaking a REM cycle is what kills you.
Yeah, it's awful. You feel like this fog.
20 minutes, it's before you get into REM.
Yeah, me and Christina
so you're okay.
We're in the living room like fucking Bubba Gump. Force. We're sleeping back to back, just holding the baby. I got your back, Force. Yeah, dude, she abandoned me last night. But I knew I was coming to do the podcast, so I got home from work and just was like, you go to bed. And she was like, why didn't you wake me up? I was like, because I'm leaving.
Yeah. Because now you got to be awake.
Dude, that little demon crawls out and just sits on your shoulder and just whispers in your ear. As soon as your partner goes to sleep and that baby's crying, the demon's like, just think about her. She's probably in there dreaming. That fucking bitch left you out of here. You have to be like, shut up. Shut up. She needs to sleep too. Like, fuck her.
Yeah.
You got her getting her, they shit on your hand. Wake her up. Wake her up. He like walk by her, glare at her. Little John said sometimes he'll wake up like to the baby eating, and he'll like look over, and Ivy's just like,
Just
like,
mad
what?
at him.
Yeah, he's like, God damn.
You look like you were sleeping so
You
good.
look like you were so peaceful. God damn it. Yeah, you start, that demon comes out in the middle of the night.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I mean, it's you have to recognize it and go, what is this?
Yeah.
Because I was getting frustrated last night because the baby was fighting me. Wouldn't put her hand through her fucking, and I just was like,
Oh,
dude.
do they do that where they just like don't want to cooperate?
Babies, for fucking some reason, have the strongest grip in the world. Like, it's crazy. They'll like grab your hand and then they'll just pull their elbow down because that's their natural reaction. You start to try to grab their arm and they just.
It's not that it's strong. It's that you don't want to rip the baby's arm
Dude,
off.
I am so worried about putting her hand through the sleeve and just.
Yeah.
Because her thumb
catching
is
a thumb.
tiny.
Yeah.
You could just break that thing off, dude.
Bro, it would be easier to break that baby's thumb off than snap this in half.
Yeah. She's 6 pounds. She's like, fits in my hand.
Yeah.
You're just like, dude. And then burping is a nightmare.
I can palm that baby.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Just grab her by the head.
You'll be tired and you're like trying to grab like the remote and you look over and you're like, oh, my bad, dude. Sorry. They're just bobble-headed out, dude.
Oh, yeah. You don't have neck muscles
No,
yet.
dude. Not at all. It's insane. I'm like, God, you need me bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got a little soft spot. It's crazy, dude.
You ever...
What?
You know what I was going to say.
What?
You ever poke it?
What, the soft spot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah, just...
Yeah. You're like, beep, beep, beep.
It's like a fidget toy.
It's funny as shit, too, because they're cross-eyed. Because
Really?
they can't focus, so they try to focus in, like they can't see very far, so they try to focus in on whatever's the closest, so you'll just look down at this baby and it's like, just cross-eyed as shit. I asked the nurse in the hospital, I was like, God damn, she's cross-eyed. The lady started laughing. I was like, is that forever? She was like, no, sweetie. She's like, she just can't focus. I was like, God. It's like, we have a fucking little... That would suck.
That
would suck for her.
Immediately have two cross-eyed
Oh
babies.
my God! You'd have to teach him to fight early. You'd have to be running a toddler fucking fight club.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because school is rough. If you had, dude, stutter, Jesus, fucking cross-eyed, people are rough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think kids are more accepting. I don't believe that.
No.
I think kids are going the other way.
Yeah.
So I heard some fucking...
It's nature, dog.
I heard some children go past me saying some choice words in the
Yep.
square, and I was like, we're going to be okay.
Yeah. Survival of the fittest, man.
We're going to be okay.
If you're scared of any confrontation, like me, you're not going to win, for the most part.
Yeah. I was telling Christina...
Unless you figure out how to be real sneaky and fuck people over without them being aware of it.
Yeah. I was telling Christina that. I was telling her that the difference between like guys and girls is like, because I was saying I would much rather have, like, I have a friend that's having a real big problem with his mother-in-law. Like, she's just like something off a fucking movie.
She's a
where
big
it's just like, and I'm like, that sucks, because at least if you have a problem with like your father-in-law, you could go to him as a man and be like, hey, what the fuck? And then it's like, if it comes down to it,
you're not helping.
Yeah, you could wrestle. At least you have that with a guy. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, guys, there's always, you don't cross a line.
Physical violence is never not on the
because there's
table.
always that, I don't know where his line is, where he's going to hit me or I'm going to hit him. I said, with a woman, it's like that lady.
You're not thinking about that at all.
No, that lady has just gone her whole life. So people have appeased her because they want to have sex with her or want her to be happy. Happy wife, happy life. So then she became a mother, so she's never wrong then because I'm the fucking mom. So then this just accumulates. She's 50 years old and a raging cunt, like a problem, like a fucking problem. Mm-hmm. It's just because nobody's ever just checked her.
Yep.
It's crazy. And at that point, you could even look at her and be like, you're a bitch, and it won't register because she has like bulletproof armor.
Yeah.
Like boomer armor.
No, she'll go on the internet and get you and ruin you.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
She'll like email your job.
That is
that
one
lady.
Dude, that would suck so bad is if your mom was one of those Karens that went viral. Could you imagine if you were like a high school kid and your mom went viral like on a racist, pill-headed rant. On
You
an
have to
airplane.
move.
You have to.
The whole family has to move.
Yeah, I have to, dude. It would
Don't-
be
we're-
open season.
We're moving to Seattle.
Yeah, it's rough. Well, I had a couple of friends, and it was bad enough when I was in school. I had a friend who had a hot mom. Oh my god!
Oh, yeah,
he
that's
was a
gotta
little
be bad.
dude. He was a little guy. Sucked.
That's got to be bad.
It was like to the point where he'd be like, "Quit picking me up from school, like stop,
I'll
like you're
walk.
fucking. It's a problem."
I'll walk.
The
I would
things
rather get
that
molested
people
walking
say, yeah,
home.
the things that people say to me. Because there was no repercussions. He was
Yeah.
so little. You were just like, dude, is that your mom? Jesus. Especially at a certain age, you know?
And that's that's another thing women don't understand because they're backhanded about it usually.
What do you mean?
Like, little boys will say just the rudest shit right to your face.
Yeah. Children in general.
Children in general.
They have no cutoff.
I feel like girls like the game of like saying it without saying it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Which like you know, you get used to that blunt force trauma as a child
Yeah.
where somebody's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, you're fat."
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, women. Another thing that women always do is they like to exclude each other. They like to have like exclusion. That's their real punishment of a woman is to not include them into something. It's crazy. Guys, I could give a shit less. Never hurt my feelings.
No.
Dude, I can't believe we haven't brought this up. I'm surprised we're even doing a podcast because you got the Oculus, and
I
I
did.
thought you would be deep into porn by now.
No,
I've
been fighting it.
I thought I'd come in here and just it would smell different. Oh, dude.
Why is it dank in here?
Yeah, it
but
smells
like
like a
the
dogwood
original
tree.
meaning of dank.
Smells like one of them cum drop trees. Dude, we had a
I would
friend-
describe the atmosphere as swampy in here today.
Like, how is it this hot and wet? No, dude, I have never done VR. That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
What
Honestly,
games have you played?
I've played the mouse one. It's called Moss.
So what is that? You just running around?
So you're a little mouse, and it's kind of like you run through the the door or the gateway, and it brings you into it. It kind of sets you in the middle of this like little scene,
Mm-hmm.
and you got your little mouse, and you control him with your thumbstick, and he's got a jump and attack button, and it's a platformer. But sometimes you got to like move stuff for him.
That's awesome.
So you're like an entity in
So
this
you're like
game
God.
who's like helping. Like the mouse high-fived me the other day. It was sick. The mouse just like we solved a puzzle, and the mouse ran up and looked at me and did that, and then I reached down and I went bop.
Dude, that's insane. Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never done virtual reality. I was playing drums on a Viking
Yeah.
ship.
Ragnarok. They
Yeah.
take like Celtic rock songs and metal songs, and then you just play drums
I
for
bet
like a
boxing would be
Viking,
cool.
like Viking pacing drums.
You were showing me the thing too. It's what is it? The big room where you can
Yeah.
like watch.
You can watch movies and stuff.
That's insane, dude.
Actually, because I'd be down to pilot tests. We could get you to a VR borrowed, and we could probably do a VR like live stream podcast
That would be so
of
fun.
sorts if we get enough people who seem interested in jumping into it. Because there's not a lot of spots,
Yeah.
but we could do it.
I'm interested to see when they're going to implement that to like sports. Like you're going to be able to sit courtside at a basketball game and like look over.
Yeah, but the NFL is going to charge like $400 for that.
Yeah. Yeah, the
That's-
NFL will give you like the full experience. As a woman, you'll get your ass beat on the elevator. Get dragged down the hallway of a hotel. You're like, holy shit, it's like I'm dating him.
I didn't realize how out of control NFL tickets are for price these days.
Yeah, bro, they spent $1 billion on the stadium.
I mean,
We got to get
here's the
that
thing.
money back.
Atlanta, way cheaper than most.
Yes.
So
Until they start winning.
if you want, I looked this up with Sham. Atlanta, you can sit on the 50-yard line in the back for $85.
Really?
Yep.
Damn.
I mean, it's way up high, but like on the 50-yard line,
Yeah, but that stadium, those
85
stadiums are
bucks.
made where you can sit anywhere.
it's fine. Yeah. Philly, to sit in the corner on the top deck, like behind the end zone, bad seats, 200.
Yeah, and you're gonna have to fight somebody.
Have to.
Absolutely.
You probably have to fight somebody. I think that in Philly, security is actually the people you have to fight to get into the place. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to have to fight somebody in the stadium.
It's like the Mortal Kombat tower. You just have to keep going up.
Yeah. Every level of stands you go up, you have to fight another guy in a fucking...
You get to the top, and it's just some Delco dirtbag with, like, 4 beers. You're like, oh, no. Hey, fucking suck. You couldn't pay me to go into the Philly stadium with a...
with any other team stuff. No.
No way.
Couldn't do it.
Because if somebody threw a beer on me, you have to fight.
The Raiders would be tough.
Yeah, because it's like I don't give a fuck enough to fight.
I don't know about Raiders with Vegas now.
No, everybody's probably doesn't give a shit. People are probably killing themselves in the bathroom when they lose 100,000.
Raiders games probably have a lot more suicide than most.
Yeah, dude. People, you just see that look. Have you ever seen that? When I was a bartender, you'd see that. Be at a sports bar and you look around. You see the guys at the bar that are having a rough fucking day. Mm-hmm. And you're like, damn, bro, you want a beer on me? God damn, you look bad. Which is inappropriate to say, and I'm glad I thought about this. So my father-in-law, back to my father-in-law.
Big gambler?
No, but just when you say something inappropriate. I was playing Ghost of Tsushima. I had my first fucking duel, right? I'm trying to get the lightning strike. That guy is whipping my ass because I didn't have the right techniques. Dude, my father-in-law comes in. He's like, wow, you're really getting your ass kicked. He's like, you're really fucking sucking at this.
Which guy? It's still early game?
Yeah, it's the first one. I'm still in like Act 1.
Okay. But it's your first like duel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't done it yet, and the guy was just wearing me out.
Yeah, the duels are hard because they don't give you any of your other fun tools.
Yeah. And dude, I was standing up, so you know how serious it is when you stand up. And then when he said that, dude, I felt my hands gripping that controller like we're about to have an uncomfortable Thanksgiving, bro. If you
started hearing plastic creaking.
That devil came up like, is he serious?
Hand him the controller.
Yeah.
You do it then, old man.
You fucking do it. Yeah. Christina, she'll sit. She loves watching it. She sits there and watches it.
It's a beautiful game.
But she'll be like, there's an archer on the roof. I'm like, I fucking got it, okay? Shut the fuck up.
Dude, backseat gaming.
Oh, bro. It is the worst. I think the guy's up there. Use your arrow. Bitch, I don't have any more daggers.
I'm out.
You think I would be throwing smoke bombs?
Man, and it gets so fun late game when you get like abilities that like just nuke 3 guys in a row.
Yeah, you should have you could have gave me a bag of heroin and had the same results. I've been fighting. It's like you fighting VR porn. I was fighting video games so hard. And then it's like I'm up all night, so I have nothing to do.
Might as well, yeah.
Yeah, because TV is like hypnotizing. It puts me right to sleep. At least a video game. Like I'll play it 4 hours of a video game.
You're engaged.
Dude, and at night, nobody bothers you. So you're just in there and ninja. Dude, I had a thought and then immediately was like, nope. I was like, dude, this would be an awesome Halloween costume.
No.
I was so stoned and I like thought about it for a second. I was like, nope.
No.
People would not dig that, which is crazy.
You guys could dress as Dune.
Really? Oh, yeah. Well,
children?
Yeah. We could do children, but they're both girls.
Oh, well. Shave one of their heads.
They have so much hair. My friend said her baby's hair fell out and she just looked like a balding man because it just goes around the side, and she had acne because babies get baby acne. I was like, oh, God, she showed me pictures. That is an ugly baby, dude. I was really worried about it being ugly.
Ugly babies, yeah. I mean, I think that all babies are ugly for a while.
Yeah.
Like a fresh baby, it doesn't matter.
A little fresh potato.
Yeah. But like, I think it takes like a few weeks before it's like, okay, this is an adorable tiny person. Mm. But like right away, it's like, that's a monster, dude. That's a monster who just crawled through a portal from another plane.
Milk monster, dude, that just came into the universe. Mm. I know I talked about it last week. The velocity of the shit surprises me every time.
Yeah.
Like
It's
last
like
night,
me after a beer night.
dude, absolutely, it's crazy. I mean, they're on a strictly milk diet, so I get it.
Oh, so it's all just.
Oh, dude. And they'll be making the cutest face. You're like, oh, this little cute thing that I made. What an angel. And this is like, oh, just like, God damn, dude. I mean, you feel it. You feel it.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Like a little rocket.
Yeah. And they fucking smile
the
so big
pre-ignition.
afterwards.
Oh, they love it. It's the
Oh, it
best.
probably feels great.
I mean, imagine, like, before you have had any experiences, a shit is probably your first real pleasure in life. Where
Yeah.
you're like,
Core
whoa,
memory. That
was
eating.
nice.
Mhm. Yeah, I never thought about that. That is definitely
I didn't either. I just thought of it.
When they're like right after they shit, they have the biggest smile. They just say, oh, fuck. That was great. It's got to feel good.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm always like, got to get them out of that diaper, dude. A shitty diaper would be terrible. And
Yep.
it makes me disgusted to think about a grown adult and
Yeah,
adult
wearing
diapers.
a diaper.
That is a mess. That
Yeah.
has to be. The nurses that are cleaning up
Ugh,
old people's asses,
dude.
there's not enough money in
And
the
they're
world.
eating a
The
lot of fiber.
smell, yeah, dude. The smell will knock you out.
You ever had to clean a prune shit?
Oh my god, dude. I wonder, like, so is it all like? Is there ever gonna be just like a turd in there, like a log? As Little John says, eventually it changes. He says you'll open up a diaper, like, what the fuck?
There's just a log.
But we got a diaper genie, which helps. It's like this thing that you it's like a trash can that's smell proof. That
Nice.
you just throw so you're not, because dude, those diapers are fucking stinky.
Nah, but I think it's like cats probably. We're like, when I walk in there, I'm going to notice the smell.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
you're like, you don't.
Yeah. Cats are, I think it's just the litter, too. A lot of it is
The litter's
litter.
a lot of it.
You got to spend the money on the litter because it's like, dude, I got cheap litter one time. And it was like banjo shit on my chest. I was like, oh my God, dude. I was living in that one bedroom. I was like, oh my God, dude. Cover that up. Yeah, she immediately got put back on litter duty. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I've been doing this for 9 months.
I think if I buy a house, I'll get a cat.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm going the way my family owned cats.
Inside, outside?
Inside, outside, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a hunter. And here's the thing, because then it's like I'm gonna go through a bunch of cats. You know, some of them are gonna go out
Like
and never
having
come
kids
back.
in the 1900s.
Yeah, but like that's what you're looking for is a cat that likes you enough that it's gonna come back consistently.
Yeah. If I had some more land, I would do it. But it's like the other day I was thinking about letting Banjo out, and then I looked in the backyard, and there was a pit bull and a chocolate lab just running around.
Yeah, but it's a cat. It'll get away.
Maybe.
Or it won't. That
would suck so bad, dude.
That's
just
nature,
to open
buddy.
the door and just some pit bull just oh my God.
I told you about the rabbits, right? My
Yeah.
family got rabbits. Yeah.
Dude, in my mom's neighborhood, her friend let her little poodle or a Yorkie, I can't remember, it was either like a micro poodle or a Yorkie, let it outside. A fucking hawk swooped down in front of this lady and just took it.
I told you I didn't see it happen, but I saw my youngest sister right after she saw that happen to one of the cats that we
That's
got.
fucking terrible.
Yeah, because we went through like, as a family, we had Smokey, and we had Smokey for like 6 or 7 years, and then he just didn't show up one time.
I think everybody has had an animal named Smokey at some
Yeah.
point in their family.
Probably.
Yeah, because like Christina's had one. I had a Smokey. We had
Yeah.
a Smokey Joe. That's how trash
Smokey
we are.
Joe, okay.
He was a pug. And he sounded like he'd been
Yeah.
smoking for 40 years.
That's a pug.
Those things suck.
Yeah, my friend had was a pug family.
God damn it, dude. They
Yeah,
are
two
like
of
an
them.
abomination. They're like the sum total of our mistakes with dogs is
Yep.
is a pug.
It's a pug.
Yeah, you're
Yep.
just looking at this thing like you shouldn't be here. You can't breathe. Your fucking back is giving out.
You need me more than the baby.
I'm your fucking seeing eye human. Like
Yeah.
I am your emotional support human, dude. This is crazy.
We had schnauzers.
Schnauzers, those are good
Yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, awesome.
We always had labs.
That's like the kids' dogs, I think. Are you gonna get a dog for the girls?
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. It's a lot right now, dude.
I mean, not now.
Yeah, the two
but,
cats.
Like, you got to wait until they're going to remember getting the dog.
Mhm.
Because that's, you know.
Yeah, then you gotta get like just a fun. I refuse to get a poodle. I am over seeing doodles.
No.
I work at a brewery now, dude. Doodles is enough.
They're everywhere.
Enough. It's like an accessory
There's
with
so
these
many
women.
of them.
I'm like, it's enough, dude.
Get like, I mean, really, just get a mix. All of the best dogs I've ever met are usually mixes.
Yeah. The purebreds are crazy. Yeah, I bombed at the brewery. This poodle was like, he was outside and he was just right at like crotch level, and there was these like girls standing around that we know, and he was just fucking nose in this one girl's fucking crotch. I go, damn, looks like me in my 20s. Nobody laughed.
That's a tough one to
yikes.
bomb.
I just started grabbing glasses like, my bad. My bad.
Because now you look like a monster. That's the problem with bombing.
It's like one of those things. Nobody really heard it, but it was like, did they not hear it and they're just letting it go? Or should I? You're like, hey, I said.
No, you can't repeat that.
Dude, one guy at the brewery yesterday was sitting there, and this girl came in, and her group leaves, and everybody was like, damn, was so-and-so crying? And they're like, yeah, I think she's having a tough time. And he's like, I'm going to go over there and shoot my shot. Dude, I was like, no. The look on all of his friends' faces were like, do not do this.
Whoa.
Do not do this. He's like, man, obviously she broke up with her boyfriend. It's like, she's actively crying. Do not do this. Dude, not read the room.
Hilarious.
And he was so drunk. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to go over there and say what's up. I was like, dude, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Did he do it?
Yeah. It was so bad. It was like, it went as bad as you thought.
How long before he walked away?
Probably 3 minutes.
3
minutes. He just stood there awkwardly, like where you could tell he was trying.
But 3 minutes is so long.
I was watching through the window like, oh my God, dude. It's
like,
just, what are you going to say? Hey, you want to kill yourself too? Like, what is your opening
Suicide
line?
pact?
Murder, suicide, what's up?
Ooh, that's a different vibe.
I was just like, dude, guy had one frozen drink. He's like, I'm going to go talk to her. Like, dude, they throw down on those frozen drinks. That shit is garbage. I saw them make it. They put so much Red Bull in this. I was like, I'm about to call the police. Like,
You're about to have a Panera issue in here.
Dude, what is up with that? I saw that. It was just too...
well, they were making caffeinated lemonade that was like 400 milligrams of caffeine. And people were like, waking up in the morning, have a couple Red Bulls, maybe a cup of coffee, go to work.
Surprise 400 milligrams would be wild.
Go to work, go to lunch, sit down. Oh, I'll have this lemonade, give you a little pickup.
Dude.
And just heart attacking.
Oh, my God. Over-caffeinated is one of the worst feelings on drugs. Like, out of all the drugs I've done, that is a bad, it's so uncomfortable.
It's like all of the worst parts about the first time you got way too buzzed on like nicotine. Mm-hmm. It's the worst parts of that does, but like nicotine, 10 minutes later, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Caffeine, you got a little while, buddy.
Oh, yeah. When I started working at a coffee shop, I wasn't thinking about it, and I was trying everything. I must have had like 4 or 5 lattes, a cup of coffee. Yep. Dude, I got in my car and was just holding onto my steering wheel like, oh, God, dude. And I just kept thinking, like, out of everything I've done and tried, I'm going to fucking die from coffee.
Yep. We canned coffee a few times for like a couple different places when I was doing the canning thing. Mm-hmm. The first couple times there, and it was dangerous because we were canning in basically a garage. Like, it was basically just a 1-car garage. Yeah. All the equipment barely fit in there. It was cramped as fuck. There's 4 or 5 people working actively while all this is happening. Yeah. No AC.
I could smell this garage.
Dude, in Georgia in the summer. No, it smells like coffee because that's where they're making their coffee.
Oh, it's probably hot as fuck.
We're doing cold brew. But yeah, it's hot as fuck because it's the summer in Georgia and we're in a garage.
Jesus Christ.
And we'd just be in there all day just pounding coffee. Dude, I would feel so bad. I would leave that job with a headache every single time.
That's crazy. And it's crazy that it's acceptable to do that. It's acceptable to drink coffee like that. It's totally fine. Everybody's like, yeah, you're good.
Bro, pounding coffee. Like, I was having, like, these cans, 12-ounce cans of cold brew coffee. I was having, like, 6 or 7 of them a day.
Dude,
when we would
let me tell you this. When I worked at Pachi in Savannah, my buddy was the morning manager. And so I was like, bro, I'm dragging ass. I need some cold brew. So he like walked away. He's like, yeah, it's underneath the thing. So he comes back and I slammed his cup and he goes, please tell me you diluted that. It was like concentrate. He hadn't added the fucking water to it.
No.
Dude. I was walking up the tables like, hey, how would you like your eggs? Just feel like, whoa, dude. It's 7 in the morning.
Chill.
People were getting done with their plates. I was like, yeah.
Yeah. The fastest server of the day.
Dude, it's terrible. And you want to talk about shits? I'm having those baby shits, dude. I'm in there just blowing it out.
Actually, you know what the worst shits? And it took me probably 6 months of doing this place once a month before I put it together or somebody like laid it out for me. Cider.
Yeah. Well, it's all the apples.
Canning cider all day. Yeah, I was like, man, every time I do this one, like sometime after lunch, I have to have the craziest diarrhea shit every time. And my buddy was like, are you drinking cider all day? And I was like, yeah. He's like, that'll do. I'm like, wait, why does cider make you shit like that? He's like, what? He's like, it's apples.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I eat apples. When's the last time you ate 5 apples in a row? I was like, oh, okay. I guess if I ate 5 apples in a row.
You're making applesauce.
Yeah.
That's what.
But this starts liquid.
Dude. Yeah. Cold brew will get you too.
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much sometimes. Like, I hate that feeling. When I drink a coffee and I'm like, not only did I pay for this. Like,
I paid to do this.
Yeah, I paid to do this. I feel fucking crazy.
I had an incident at the square last week. Not incident, but I got a little crazy with the caffeine because I've been making cold brew here for the morning.
It's
good. It's easy.
That's what it is. It's too easy.
Yeah.
You can just have a gallon of that shit.
Yep. So I made some cold brew. I had some cold brew in the morning. I did my work. I walked over to the square, went to Cool Beans. I got another cup of coffee, and I haven't been drinking. I've been doing 1 cup a day.
Yeah.
For probably 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I got up to 3 because I went to Cool Beans, and then I went over to the bookshop and got a coffee at this place
you have
downstairs.
to when you're at the bookshop.
Yeah.
You know, what are we doing?
Dude, I was sitting in the bookshop just like shaking the building because it's creaky like old wood floor.
Dude, trust me, I know. As somebody who can't sit still, I would do that at the hospital every time we would go for the ultrasound. It's like dark and chill in there, and I'm just buzzing. Dude, I got called out by the nurse when we were in there when we had the girls in the hospital after we had them. The nurse comes in, and she's like, dude, she had 6 kids. This lady did not play any games. But she comes in, and she's like, hey, have you slept? And I was like, she goes, nope, you're way too caffeinated. I've seen you go down and get 3 coffees. She's like, you need to sit down, chill out, shut up, and go to sleep. I was like, God damn, dude.
She's like, you're not a detective. You can't just stay up like this.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She's like, you're scary.
You're not trying to escape the sleep demons.
The worst is when you hit your weed pen and drink a latte too fast. You're like, I might as well just eat an anxiety. Like, I might as well just add a second helping of anxious because now I'm shaky. Kratom will do that too.
I'm glad that I had limited experiences with Kratom.
I did. I took Kratom one time right after drinking a bunch of coffee and was like, thought I was going down.
Did I tell you about? So I used to do comedy occasionally at a Kratom bar in Boone, North Carolina.
That's a big thing in North Carolina.
Well, it's in a college town. It's the bar for everybody who can't go to the real bars.
True.
Because you can just go get fucking wrecked on, just zonked on Kratom.
Weird,
go sit on a couch and just stare blindly at a guy trying to tell you jokes. But it was the first time that I like really tried Kratom. Like I had 4 or 5 of these little cups, and I was like, whoa, like feeling crazy. And I got on my longboard to go home. It was like a mile. And in that mile, I hit a crack and just like straight up board stopped, fly off, land on my shoulder. 4 separate times. And I just kept doing it because I was too zonked to like pay attention enough
You're like, this doesn't even hurt.
to avoid. Yeah, and it didn't hurt. It was just very embarrassing.
Dude, I did a Kratom bar in Asheville and got one of the teas to go. Drank it, then read the label, 10 grams. That's
don't
a
know what
fucking
the-
heavy dose of Kratom
Okay.
to drink all in one sitting. I looked at it, it says 3 sittings. I'm like, what? Why would you sell this to me and not tell me?
And I don't like Kratom. I probably did it 2 other times outside of when I kept falling.
It's an interesting drug, man. It's I think they would make a lot of money in
doesn't feel
Georgia
good.
with it.
It's pretty tough on the liver, I think, right? And that's part of why, like, once I found that out, I'm like, I'm going to college for the brewing industry. I can't
Yeah.
be into 2 things that are
They
tough on
did
your
kava
liver.
too. I've never done kava, but there was a kava bar as well.
So this was called a kava bar, but Kratom was the main thing
Okay.
they were selling.
Yeah.
Kava, I don't think I've had either, but it doesn't interest me that much.
No, I'm like a regular beer and a joint's pretty.
It feels
pretty
like
awesome.
it feels like kava and Kratom go with sound baths, you know?
Yeah, they're adjacent. There's definitely a sound bath going on at the Kratom bar for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Meditation classes.
Sound bath open mic at the Kratom bar.
I mean, I would be there. Just check it out.
Cut your teeth.
I would definitely like to get us into the sound bath. That's not a cult.
You're not going to be able to. It's going to be a cult, Keegan.
Dude, I started looking into going to a gym, and that's pretty culty too.
Yeah.
Like, why do you have to sign a contract? I've never understood that. I'm like, can't I just pay you month to month? Like, what the fuck is...
Because they are banking on you not showing up and then being able to keep taking your money forever.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness is the worst.
Fuck them.
Well, I still pay for a Planet Fitness membership
Really?
that I can't use
Why?
because it's in Minnesota.
Just fucking cancel it.
You have to go to the store
no
you signed up at.
fucking way, dude. That's bullshit. You're like, if I have to fly out of there...
That's like a well-known thing for Planet Fitness.
You're
where
like,
they're
if I
like,
have to
they
fly
make
to
you do that.
Minnesota, you're like, we're going to be on the news. Let me just tell you that. That's crazy.
Bro, there's going to be... I'm going to Chris Benoit myself in your weight room.
Are you ready for this on your conscience?
I'm just going to walk...
10,000 lakes, choose one. Fucking drowned you.
Bro, walk in, look right at the person, and then just take out your own noose with one of those weight clips on it.
What was that guy, Buster?
Bust. What?
The guy that shot himself, the politician that pulled his gun out and was like, no. You never seen that?
No.
Oh, my God. It's a famous video. This politician, I'm fucking stoned right now. I can't remember his name. He, like, is at this meeting and just pulls a gun out. Bud Dwyer.
Bud Dwyer.
Dude. Pulls a gun out in the middle of the
1987.
thing and just blows his head off in front of everybody. And when he pulls the gun
We
out,
need
people
more-
start screaming. And
We
he's
need
like,
more of that in
he
politics.
just goes, no, it's okay.
Bro, we need more of that in politics.
Yeah. He did it. I forget why he did it. He did it for, like, his family.
Bribery investigation,
Yeah.
conviction.
I'm with you. We need...
Oh, so he went through trial, too.
Yeah, that video is wild, though. I thought about it because just the other day I was watching Mr. Robot. And they do that in Mr. Robot. They have a scene where the guy pulls the gun out and shoots himself. And then I had to show Christina the video of Bud Dwyer. She's like, oh, my God. She's like, why do you watch this?
Why did you show me that?
I'm like, because I can't be the only one that saw it. And it does.
Something about seeing those videos really gets in.
It's the ring.
Under your
you have
skin.
to show other people. You're like, I got 7 days to show as many people as possible.
Bro, there was a reel going around for a while that like really fucked me up
What was
for
it?
a little bit. It was somebody driving, don't know where. It could be Georgia for all I know. And it's like dash cam footage. So you're just looking out the front. And then you just hear a bunch of gunshots and you see some, I would say fragments of things fly past the camera and then the car just goes off into the ditch.
They got lit up.
It was just, it was the dash cam footage. You don't see somebody get shot, but it's like so clear that somebody's just driving down the road and then got fucking murdered.
Damn.
by somebody pulling up next to him.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's a real shitty way to go.
Yeah. I mean,
we should do a Freaky Friday where we just show the worst videos we've ever seen. Just go.
No.
Keegan,
I'm not
that
gonna,
or animal attacks.
I'm not going to watch Mr. Hands with you.
Dude, I've never seen that.
Neither have I.
I
thank
never
God.
watched that one. There's that one and Two Girls in One Cup.
Never saw it.
I was like, dude, but I did watch the beheading video.
I've seen a few of those.
I think now. Do you think you would watch that guy shoot himself when he pulled the gun out?
Like,
do you think like if you were there, would you watch?
yeah, I don't think I'd be able to not.
I don't think so either.
But then it would be done, and I would be like, I'm a different guy now.
yeah, that changed me. Holy shit!
I'm gonna dream about that for the rest of my life,
dude. Yeah, and his demeanor is hauntingly.
That would
like,
fuck you up,
yeah, he's
dude.
just so chill.
Like I think watching any suicide would be haunting.
Yeah, because I always think about people jumping out of the buildings. Oh my god!
Yeah.
What a messy thing that would be.
Or like jumping in front of a truck.
Or a train. That fucking guy's just sitting there like, no!
In the square.
Oh, and you just splatter against a train.
Cut in half.
That's a lot of blood, dude. That would be a fuck ton of blood.
It's all of it, Keegan. It's all of your blood.
It's a lot. That's a lot of blood.
It's all of your blood.
God damn, that would be fucking... Yeah, because think about that, too. Like, that happened to people in war. Somebody's leg gets blown off. That's a fucking...
Hurts a lot.
Yeah, that's the...
I bet that's
the ice bucket challenge. Somebody else's insides. It's called blue.
Ugh.
Yeah, not great.
At least you'd go pretty quick. Like, at that point, you almost would hope not to get a medic, I feel like. Because if you get a medic, they're going to just keep you alive in pain for quite a while. Whereas, like, I feel like in the moment, you'd be like, all right, about 90 more seconds, I'm out of blood. And then it's just fading off.
Do you think you would bleed out if, like, your foot got blown off?
Oh, yeah. I mean, foot, I think, is probably harder than... But, like, if you got blown off up at the thigh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that arterial, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happened to our friend. He cut himself in his garage by himself. He cut that vein and was like, oh, baby, the amount of blood coming out.
Every year hunters die doing that. They go to gut the deer and they accidentally nick that.
That sucks.
And you're just in the middle of the woods
I was about to say,
alone.
because you're in a cabin in the middle of nowhere. Like, my wife...
No, you're not even in a cabin. You're in the woods. You just shot a deer somewhere.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking
you're
about...
gutting it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
just
you're
in
fucked.
the middle of the woods.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Apparently, my dad like saved a guy on a construction site because he had the skill saw, the little circular one that is handheld, and he nicked that. My dad, I guess, was the first guy to put pressure on him.
Oh shit!
Until the ambulance got there. Yeah.
That's fucking so scary.
But my dad's just the most nonchalant about workplace injuries. I think
you got to have that guy on the crew, though.
I mean, I told you he nailed himself to a roof one time.
Jesus Christ, dude.
He was just walking around with his nail gun doing roofing, and he tripped and went to catch himself with the tip of the nail gun and put it through his boot. And he said it didn't go through his like whole foot. It went through like the tip of the like at the end of the nail. But just enough that he's like, I can't rip it out. So he was just like stuck on a roof for a little while. He was like, oh shit.
That sucks. Those things are terrifying. I did
Nail
roofing
guns?
one time.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this ain't for me, dude. It's hot as shit up here, and I'm terrified every time I do this.
Yep.
Like every time I did one, I was like, I don't like it.
Framing can be kind of fun because you know, I mean, you got to cut all the boards to the right size and put them all together. But then you get to put the walls up.
Mm-hmm. I've only framed out one wall. And then we did those where you shoot the 22 round into the concrete. That's cool. But that I always felt like this could fuck you up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this could get bad fast. That was when I was working with Jeff.
You could bud wire yourself with that thing if you wanted.
Yeah, 22? God.
It's a 22.
Yeah, but I don't know if a 22 would do anything.
Most common murder round.
Really?
Yeah. But here's the thing. There's no bullet in that.
Yeah.
So you'd have to like put it in your ear or something probably.
Jesus. You're like, dude, could you not? That would be like if somebody killed themselves at the fucking shooting range. You're like, could you not ruin my life too? Like, Jesus Christ.
I think Patrick has said that has happened in his vicinity. Or at least in front. Well, Patrick worked for Glock for years.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
I forget
like
about
he was
that.
in the gun world.
Jesus
He's training
Christ.
people to shoot in the Marines.
That just seems selfish. Like, just go to a hotel room.
yeah. Do it like everybody else in the bathtub.
Yeah, with a bunch of pills.
It's going to be easiest
Whitney
to clean
Houston
up.
out, dude. What the fuck are we
Whitney
doing?
Houston
here?
out.
You know, like.
Well, no, the shooting is nice because it's just so quick.
But somebody's got to clean that.
Yeah.
And it's like if you shoot yourself.
Well, no, that's why you do it in the bathtub.
You gonna kill the person upstairs taking a shit?
Nah, shotgun dog. Dude,
Yeah.
dude, bird shot right through the roof of your mouth. Game over quick.
Jesus.
Do it in the bathtub so that it's easy to clean.
A Jackson Pollock painting just
Yeah.
all over the fucking walls.
Effective.
Yikes. Have you seen the suicide gun? I saw this thing. It was like a contraption that they will take your gun. Like when these people shoot themselves, like whistleblowers, they have a thing that they can put on you, and they just put your gun that's the perfect distance away. Take your hand, pull the trigger.
Whoa.
Yep. I was like, yikes. And that's what we're seeing.
Whoa.
Because, I mean, you could have it to where it could be the perfect.
Yeah.
You know that sucks. When you're just sitting there and they're putting you in that contraption.
Strapping it in.
Yeah. Bill Clinton's jerking off in the corner. You're like, fuck, dude. God damn it. He was at the DNC.
Yeah.
They got that guy out of the whorehouse to come out. Well, I was like, turn a black light on him, dude. He's just glowing like a fucking lamp.
Bro, he looks like Dr. Manhattan under a black light.
He shows up in a Hawaiian shirt. They're like, dude, that's in poor taste, Bill. He's got the sunscreen on his nose.
He's wearing a dress like the painting.
Yeah, he's tan as shit. I mean, at this point, I would be like, yeah. Why not? Why wouldn't he wear the dress? I mean, obviously, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the manifesto like 50 times.
Yeah.
That's not up for debate.
Best
Just like,
friends.
that's crazy.
I like. Did you listen to the new Tim Dillon? He's like, he brought up maybe the scariest thing about the whole thing, which is Kamala is not running on any policy at all.
None.
Period.
At all.
She's just running on not Trump.
Bro, she's running on Meg Thee Stallion's ass and Little John's energy. I mean, dude, it's crazy. And I'm not saying, when you say that, people are like, Donald Trump. It's like, trust me, dude. I wanted to kill myself when Hulk Hogan ripped his shirt off and Kid Rock was playing ball with the ball. You know, like,
Yeah.
what
It's
are
horrible.
we doing?
It's stupid. It like politics has really, I feel like, become dumber than it used to be. Like it really is. Like everybody's stupid, and they're all flaunting how stupid they are for some reason.
It's insane. It's like when you really get away from it, it is insane. It's like people will look you dead in the face and go, "You need to vote." You're like,
It matters a lot.
yeah. You're like,
very important.
It did it matter when Puff Daddy was doing Vote or Die? You know, I don't. What are we doing here, dude? Like everything y'all done is flawed. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a bad system.
I didn't even think about that either. That it is a coup that they left Biden in there long enough to where they could put her in. But yeah, she's running on joy, baby.
Yeah, she's
Palestinian joy.
I don't know. I don't think she's ever, before Biden dropped out of the race, had one elector vote. Because she dropped out. She dropped out before the first primary when she ran on her own.
God damn.
She's wildly unpopular. That's why they have to have Lil Jon out there.
Dude, it's crazy. That's crazy and like you said, there's no policy. Nobody cares.
Well, and that's scary because then it's like, who knows what she's going to do when she gets it, if she gets in. What's she going to do? Who knows? It's probably all of the worst stuff.
I mean,
it's the stuff that you can't campaign on.
yeah, you can't campaign on Zionism. You know what we're going to do?
I mean, that's going both ways. That everybody's on board there.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy? That's the one thing nobody talks about. You're like, bro, I don't know. It's a sad state
Also
of affairs.
battling Russia.
What?
Also playing the nuclear war game with Russia.
Yeah. Now they want to get Iran in it.
Yup.
The fuck?
Pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, really
Fun
fun.
times,
I can't
yeah.
wait. I'm glad I decided to have children. You know?
I mean, yeah.
You know what I feel like the best analogy for it is? It's like I have never been more scared to drive than having them in the car. It's where you realize that,
yeah.
holy fuck.
You realize how dangerous driving is.
It's the most dangerous thing that we do because I
Yeah.
don't give a shit. When it's just me in the car, I'm whipping. I don't care.
I was having that thought the other day where I was like, I'm doing 75 around a bunch of other people also going 75.
And we're not communicating.
In metal boxes.
We're not communicating. We're not talking to each other. We're just fucking hoping.
We're all just living in our own little world.
I would say more than 80% of people are on their phones. Now, this is the thing.
A lot of people.
So the thing I found is on Saturdays and Sundays, people are just driving around like they don't care. They have nowhere to be. But, dude, when you drive at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, these are people that have been stuck in a box all day, that haven't been looking at their phone, and they're fucking just on it. As soon as they see any traffic, it's crazy. I'm driving just with these girls in the back. Like, this is insane. People cutting you off. I feel like it's the same thing with having children in the state of affairs. It's like, I don't give a shit. You know, is it really going to affect me? But then it's like Little John was talking about schools. You're like, damn. Dude.
Schools are, I mean, I was partially homeschooled. And
look
how normal I turned out.
I mean, I think that might be the way. You got to do something, though. You got to have sports or something. You got to have some sort of
That was the church for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't do the church, man.
That's the thing about homeschooling is it's hard to it's probably not that easy to find like a not Christian curriculum. I mean, I read a lot of good stuff because for me homeschooling was pretty much all reading. It was like my mom would give me a grammar lesson. I would go to a place to do math and science.
I'm surprised you don't go to like school at Chick-fil-A. I'm surprised that's not a thing. Like homeschool at Chick-fil-A.
It's coming.
Teaching real values.
It's coming. I bet you Chick-fil-A is associated with some kind of homeschool curriculum.
I mean, dude, they used to give you those fucking bullshit toys in the kids' meal where it was like a Bible verse. Like, I got the fucking shepherd. Oh, no. Homeschool kids celebrate prom with Chick-fil-A. Oh.
What Chick-fil-A taught me, homeschool advice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I think it was good for me because it forced me you're forcing your kid into a situation where, at least my parents did, where it was like, this is the work you have to do. You have to get all of this done today. I don't care when you get it done or how you get it done, but you have to get all of this done. Mm-hmm. And usually it was just like reading a chunk of like 4 or 5 books. And then I would do like an hour grammar lesson.
Yeah. See, that seems so much better.
And then like 2 or 3 times a week I would go to a church to do math or science.
What kind of science?
I mean, young enough where it's like drop an egg, like making an egg drop thing, stuff like that.
I didn't really learn.
Nothing in depth.
I don't know, man. It's like people talk about that. It's like, but you go to fucking regular high school, it's a nightmare.
I did learn that science is the study of God's creation.
Did they believe in dinosaurs or no?
I don't think we really got into that.
Were dinosaur bones put to test your faith? Dude, my buddy's mother-in-law was giving him that. Dinosaurs weren't real.
I haven't asked my parents, but I feel like they would probably say
my buddy said
real.
He just heard his mother-in-law telling his child, like, well, you know, dinosaurs aren't real. He's like, dude, what the fuck? She loves raptors. Shut up. Yeah. Like, let her have it. She's 6. They're real big on, like, the world is so many thousands of years old. That's crazy. That's crazy to just, like, look at scientific evidence.
I mean, but here's where I get it, is that science is mostly bullshit, too.
Yeah.
It's mostly like people who are like, I'm coming up with this conclusion. I'm going to make a lot of money off of that. And then I'm going to ruthlessly fight anybody who says anything otherwise.
A lot of Neil deGrasse Tysons out there, dude.
A lot of that going on.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
And I'll punch Eric Weinstein. That guy sucks. Dude.
How much proof do you yourself personally have that carbon dating is a great science that definitely works?
I don't want to live in a world where dinosaurs aren't real to me.
Yeah. That's my philosophy. Is
so
like,
you want to take that away from Nick?
Science,
do you want to take that away from Nick?
Science is basically as fake as religion.
Yes.
So pick what makes your life fun.
Yeah. You're like, creationist, this is a straight attack against the autistic community. Yeah. You cannot take away the dinosaurs, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you though. Carbon dating is as real as putting
it's
2 of every.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's all kind of guessing.
That's why you got to go with the funnest one.
And just trust. Yeah, exactly.
The Anunnaki is the funnest one.
The Anunnaki, the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, is.
I think dinosaurs are alive right now in the Hollow Earth.
Dude, I might hit my father-in-law with that when I go home. Dude, yeah. I might put on King Kong and just scratch that itch. I hit him with the Admiral bird though. I did hit him with that on the way out.
Did he not know about it?
He was like, wait. And I was like, nope. Just left. I have to throw some breadcrumbs.
Go ahead, YouTube that.
Come back out 5 hours later.
I've seen so much.
He's talking about buying a cabin. You're like, all right, Ted, settle down. What are you writing over there? Get his notebook, dude. You're on timeout, brother.
Oops. Oops, I broke my father-in-law.
I mean, dude, nobody gets hit harder on the YouTube videos than the boomers.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
Well, because they're used to just blindly trusting what people say.
I mean, they're Walter Cronkite. You know what I mean? It's still...
They wouldn't say it if it wasn't true.
Yeah. I mean, definitely we landed on the moon. They said it.
I've found...
India's video of landing on the moon is the funniest fucking thing I have ever seen. Dude, they put out this video, and it's just like...
Is it a joke?
No. They're dead serious. Oh, they did it live, brother.
What? Wait, what's so funny about it? I want to know what's so funny about it. Should we watch this?
Yeah, put it on.
Okay.
This is as believable as ours. Live footage.
Bro, what?
Live footage, dude.
Bro, what? It looks like it's on Google Earth.
Dude.
When is this?
Oh my God.
This was not a year. This was not a year ago.
Yes, it was. That's what I'm saying. This is insanity, dude. That's the state of the world we're living in. In 1984, when they told you that the party will be the party that makes you not believe what you see, I was like, that's bullshit.
Dude, AI could have done that more convincingly.
That's insane.
Dude, that
That's
was a
crazy.
real Bollywood budget on that one.
The Bollywood moon landing. It's just some guy like superhero landing.
The astronauts break out a song and dance at the end.
Yeah, they should have called Bollywood. I mean, that's where we did it right. We got old Kubrick in there, bro. Yeah. We knew. We knew. We got him in there to do the moon landing, and then he tried to hit us with eyes wide shut, and they were like, all right, dude.
Like, nah.
Enough of you, dude.
We shouldn't have trusted you, probably.
You think we don't have a fucking heart attack gun? Get out of here. Where we at? We did it?
Oh, yeah. We're almost at an hour and a half.
Nice. We did it. You got anything to
whole
promote?
bunch. I don't think so.
You're like the dollar? Let's keep it up. I just want to go to the moon.
You personally?
Dude, I think you could go to the moon.
Nah, that's like going to the bottom of the ocean.
You could go to the moon more convincingly on that Oculus.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I did, actually. I was just messing around with some of like the stuff that comes on it.
I think a good depression key would be like people are like, life sucks. You're like, here's a heroic dose of mushrooms, and now you're on the Viking ship. You better keep beat. Bonk, bonk, bonk,
dude.
bonk.
I mean, some of those maps get kind of scary.
Bro, put on Terrence McKenna, a Terrence McKenna video in the fucking outside where the stars and everything, and just lay down and watch a Terrence McKenna
that's
video.
how you become one with the metaverse. That's
That's how you don't come back. That's you Tron. You Tron out.
I think that's what happened to Zuckerberg.
I think that's how my daughters were born. They took a heroic dose, and now they're just like fucking can't keep their head up. Fuck am I at? This game's hard as fuck.
Why hasn't anybody explained the controls?
Yeah. I got the trigger down. Awesome.
Bro, I can't even get the camera angle right. I can only see stuff close.
The fuck is that?
All right, you can't cut off a riff.